o'clock. You ready on this end? Well, 5:59. All set over here? Jean, you ready?
Jean said you stay ready.
Okay, it is.
Get ready.
Hold on. It's 5:59. And
Second.
Changed to what I said.
so quiet in here. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Trustee Vert. Trustee McIntyre.
Here.
Supervisor Miller.
Here.
Trustee Todd Lloyd.
Here.
Trustee Leverett.
Present.
Clerk Triplett here. And Treasurer Quee.
Absent. Thank you. We're going to have a moment of silent reflection, and before we do that, I wanted to make a couple of announcements. Last week, and I know you're going to speak more on it, we had one of our retirees from our police department pass away. I'm going to have Chief Wengler speak more on that. And last Friday, I found out that Judge Don Rockwell passed away in the afternoon. Judge Rockwell served as president of the Michigan State Bar Association from 2017 to 18. That's a very big honor. He was serving as counsel for Kettering University, and he was serving as president of our Flint Township Civil Service Commission. He began that in 2005, and he served up until the time that he had to go in the hospital. And it was very unexpected and sudden. So I would ask for a moment of silence to remember them and honor them. Thank you. I can say that Judge Rockwell's funeral ceremony information is forthcoming. They were members of First Presbyterian Church in Flint, and arrangements are being made. So you can look for that in the obituaries, and I know you'll have more to speak on, Mr. Clark. So, Madam Clerk, are there any additions or deletions for this evening's agenda?
Yes, number 7, the presentation will be deleted.
We'll bring that back next meeting. Thanks. Are there any corrections to the minutes from the July 7th meeting? No corrections? If there are no corrections, all those in favor of approving those minutes from July 7th signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The minutes stand approved. We'll move to public comment. If you'd like to address the board, I'd ask that you would come to the podium and give us your name. You don't have to give us your address, and you'll have 3 minutes to address the board. Anyone? It's awfully quiet in here. Anyone? I don't want to end this too soon. Nobody wants to speak? Okay, we'll move on. We'll go to reports. I don't have a formal report this evening. I know that Trustee Vert has a report from over the weekend. I know that building department's keeping very busy with code enforcement violations. There's a lot of violations out there. And if anyone has any questions what those codes are, they're available online at our website under ordinances. You can go to code enforcement and check and see what it is they're looking for, such as the big one right now is grass and weeds that are too tall. They fall under the noxious weed ordinance. 10 inches or more, 7 inches or more, we're going to come and give you a notice of violation and ask that you mow your yard. And we have inoperable vehicles, unregistered vehicles, blight in the yard. Those are the things that code enforcement is looking for, because everybody should be doing their best to keep up their house, and if your neighbor doesn't, that's a problem. Anyhow, I also try to remind people to have their garbage at the curb Thursday mornings, 7 a.m. You can put it out the night before. we're asking every resident not to put their garbage out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. You can put it out Wednesday night and, or 7 a.m. If it's not out by 7 a.m. and the trash truck passes, you're gonna have to drag it back in and bring it out, back out the next week. And lastly, if you remember to pick up your grass clippings and clean your catch basin while it's not yours, it does help control flooding. And if water can get into the catch basin, it's better for everybody. So remember to, if you have a catch basin in front of your house, if you would please clean it for everyone else's benefit, and yours too. That's all I have, Madam Clerk. Do you have a report this evening?
No reports this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Treasurer's not here. Are there any trustee reports? I'll start on this end. Mr. Leverett?
No, I think you covered it very, very well.
Thank you. This way? Trust,
I have one. That,
Go ahead.
I just wanted to, I got a text message the other day about an overdue traffic ticket. And I have an impeccable driving record. I'm very proud of that. So I know I didn't get a traffic ticket or a toll instead of, pay these tolls.
Yeah,
It's a scam.
I got one too.
And so chances are, if you ever gotten a text message about an unpaid toll charge or a traffic ticket or something like that, they're going even further this time as to pretending to be from Secretary of State here in Michigan. They call it DMV, but here in Michigan, we refer it to the Secretary of State. So I knew it wasn't, Secretary of State. So don't click on those links, or if you have a question about a text that you got, contact the Secretary of State. They'll confirm it or not. And whatever you do, don't send, the Secretary of State don't text you and send, they send your ticket in the mail. That's all. Just want you guys to be, cautious.
thank you. Trustee McIntyre?
Just one small thing. We had another community cleanup this past Saturday. It was nice to see some familiar faces. It's always nice to see some new ones as well. I know Trustee Vert is going to talk about our next one as well. So, yeah, I highly encourage everyone to come out. It's really nice. We've got some refreshments and some donuts in the morning. It's a really nice way to spend the first few hours of the Saturday. So, yeah, I highly recommend coming out and joining us.
Thank you. Trustee Vert?
Yes, the Sears area in the parking lot is complete, finally. We're not going back. We had 15 and a half bags of garbage, which is a lot. We had 8 people, and there are trusted few that show up. Jenna, Mary Beth, Jim, Donna, Mike, and this time we had DPW and Elijah, and they took some garbage with them, so there wasn't so much for Mark Showalter to have to pick up when he did today. And we really need more help. I mean, we do talk, we have fun, Is it a lot of work? You bet. That's a lot of garbage. I mean, there is a lot. And, but this is where we live. So we'd like to have it to be clean. We want it to be presentable. We want to like and love where we live. And so it's going to take more than just the few of us. But thank you for those that show up all the time. Ely from Tim Hortons gives us coffee and donuts. And our next, August 9th, we're meeting at the Senior Center. And the time is going to be from 10 to 1. And that's all the details I have for today. There's more. We're going to be partnering with another organization. And that's all I have. So 10 to 1, August 9th, Senior Center on Graham Road. Carmen Ainsworth Senior Center.
Thank you. Thank you to those who clean up. It's nice to see it when it gets cleaned up. We have a company that mows and cleans up on the ramps, and at least for a day it looks really nice because the trash is picked up. It's kind of unfair to have people who come to visit, I think it's mostly visitors, roll their window down and throw the trash out because they don't want it in the car. Well, we don't want it here either. So
Right.
we wouldn't have as much cleanup work to do if people were taking their trash home and putting it where it belongs. So we'll move on to staff reports. Mrs. Tucker, do you have a report this evening?
No report this evening. We do have the PEG grant on there, and we do have, well, I guess I do have a report. Planning Commission will have 2 public hearings at the next meeting. One for the renewable energy ordinance and the rezoning for the Myrtle Grove property. And we did get, Green Meadow has moved forward with the county. They're just doing a review. We still haven't gotten anything back from them yet. And Communities First, their site condo issue is going to come before the Planning Commission again in August. So right now, that's what we have.
And we're looking at, they're working on solar, no?
The solar issue, yes, we're still working on that. That's what that renewable energy ordinance is.
Sure.
So I did speak with the attorney about the numbering issue. We wouldn't really have to take it to the planning commission if we end up putting it with the wind ordinance, but just to be safe, we're gonna go ahead, we've already set it up for a public hearing, so we'll just go ahead and do it anyway. I think the more input you have on something like that, the better anyway, so, we're gonna move forward that way, and, Michael is working with me on, the numbering, if we're going to just put it at the end of the wind energy, or if we're gonna amend the text at the beginning of the wind energy ordinance and just change that to renewables, and then have them combined as part of it, so.
Sure. Thank you.
Yep.
Chief Wangler, do you have a report?
I do, thank you, ma'am. Over the past 2 weeks, the police department has responded to 1,109 total calls. This figure includes 755 primary calls and 354 backup calls for service. So on average, during this 2-week period, our officers responded to over 79 total calls per day. And just as a community reminder, National Night Out will be on August 5th from 5 to 8 p.m. This is held on the front lawn of the police station. Included in this event, we will have bounce houses, hot dogs, chips, and several bicycle giveaways. And then, as you had stated in your previous report, Madam Supervisor, unfortunately, retired Flint Township Police Officer Al Clark, aged 64, passed away last Monday, July 14th, at his residence. Al proudly served the Flint Township community from 1985 until his retirement in 2010 after 25 years of service. A celebration of life service will be held this Friday, July 25th at 3 p.m. at the Swartz Funeral Home, which is located at 1225 West Hill Road in Mundy Township. Visitation begins at 1 p.m. and the funeral home and will run until the time of the service at 3 o'clock. So I thank you for the kind words you had stated. Again, unfortunate loss for our community and our police department.
No.
And no items for the agenda.
Thank you. Controller McIntyre, do you have a report for us this evening?
I don't have a report, but I do have the municipal street fund item on the agenda.
Alrighty, well, we'll move on from there. We'll move to number 10, paying of the bills.
Oh, did you want me to read the
Yeah.
motion? Okay.
Mr. Treasurer gave you the motion for the bills, right?
Right, the motion is to approve payment of the invoices in the amount of $16,968.11. In addition, we acknowledge the payment of invoices and tax distributions in the amount of $1,603,190 as authorized by the board's purchasing policy, Section 8 exemptions.
Is there a second to the motion?
A second.
Second, go ahead.
You're good.
I second.
Mr. Treasurer's not here to ask any questions, but does anyone have any comments? No, we're all set. So we have a motion and a second to pay the bills in the amount of $16,968.11. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Supervisor Miller?
Yes.
Trustee Vert?
No.
Trustee McIntyre?
Yes.
Clerk Triplett, yes. Trustee Todd Lloyd?
Yes.
Trustee Leverett?
Yes.
Thank you.
So those stand approved to be paid unanimously. We move on to correspondence or informational items. Do we have any, Madam Clerk?
I don't have any.
So we'll move on to new business. A is the pay grant. Tracy, were you going to speak on the pay grant?
I can. As you know, we get the PEG grant, from the, cable fees that we get, and it's for public education and government. And Carmen Ainsworth has put in for $1,728 for the purchase of their video service that they use every year. I think it's called Telemetry, it was the name of it, .com. So they've asked to be reimbursed for that. The last one we did for them was, I think, $8,000 last year for some equipment they needed. This year, they're only asking for $1,728. There's money in the fund for that, and we haven't received anything from Swartz Creek or Flushing this year, which is interesting. But I can reach out to them if you guys want me to, but usually they'll send us if they need some funds.
So those funds come from Comcast. Is it strictly Comcast right now?
I believe so. Did we get them from
Used to be
Telnet
AT&T
too,
Uverse?
or not?
AT&T.
AT&T too?
So we receive right-of-way fees, right, for being in the right-of-way that we use in our general fund, but these PEG dollars are specific to being used for public education and governmental use. So there are dollars that we grant out. And motion would be in order to move forward on granting Carmen Ainsworth the $1,728 in PEG grants for the purchase of the video service.
Motion to award $1,728 in PEG grant funds to Carmen Ainsworth for the purchase of the video service.
Is there a second to the motion?
I second.
Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Those stand approved. Action item B, Controller McIntyre, it's all yours.
This is for our municipal street fund. We finished the audit, and one of the things that we have to do is file a corrective action plan because our municipal street fund is actually negative. This was the same thing that happened last year when we had to move that road project. The reason it's in municipal street is because had we ran it through the general fund would have went negative, and that's a much more serious problem than having a sub-fund with a deficit. So on advice of the auditors, the reason we moved it into the municipal street fund. The repayment schedule where everyone is paying back their assessment, that's the money that will go towards paying off the loan, and it will also be bringing us the fund back to a positive fund balance. The assessment is 15 years, but I did a projection that in about 10 years, it will come positive and there'll actually be a fund balance and we won't have to file a corrective action plan.
And because there's a negative, the state requires the corrective action plan.
Yep, and it has to be a board approved that everyone is aware that there's a negative fund balance and that you can see that it's required for a 5-year projection. Basically, this is the same a little different. I tweaked some of the percentages and some of the numbers, but it's basically the same last year. It's just the next 5 years. Every year I'm gonna have to file a corrective action, and every year they wanna look ahead 5 years and see that we're actually making a difference, that the fund balance is starting to become positive.
A motion's in order to move forward?
I'll make the motion to approve the municipal street fund debt elimination plan for reporting year 2024.
Is there a second to the motion?
Or
Any questions or discussion for Mr. McIntyre? So this is pretty similar to last year, and they accepted it, right? They just want to know what our plan is.
Because the plan is basically the money that we recoup from the special assessment payments are just basically going to pay off the loan that we incurred when we did the project.
Alrighty, so we have a motion and a second to send the corrective action plan to the state. They're looking for board approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? That's unanimous. Our next meeting is August 4th. We have a work session on July 28th. And I'm letting the board know now, we had the attorney who represents us in lawsuits against the police department, Gus Morris.
Gus Morris.
He works with McGraw-Morris. They have a settlement offer on one of the cases, and he would like to speak with with our board, because he's gonna have us decide whether we want to settle or move forward. And that will be on Monday, July 28th, at 5 PM, which is our work session, and we'll go into closed session for that. He's gonna be first on the agenda. So be here if you can, please. Let's see, we don't have anything else. Without further business and without objection, we'll call the meeting adjourned.
He's gonna be here.
Yeah, no. His name's Tom, Gus Morris.